Welcome back to the channel. Next car lunch. What if Tesla's next big move is not just another electric sedan, but a larger, more practical Model 9 designed to give American buyers more space, lower running costs, and serious long-term value? Today, we're looking at what the 2027 Tesla Model 9 could bring, how much it may cost, how far it could really travel, and whether it could become one of the smartest EV choices for American families and small businesses. Before we begin, one important note: the Tesla Model 9 has not been officially confirmed with final specifications and pricing at the time of this review. So the numbers you hear today are realistic estimates based on Tesla's current lineup, expected EV technology, and the positioning a larger Model 9 could have. Think of this as a preview of what Tesla could deliver. The first thing that makes the Model 9 interesting is its potential size and purpose. If Tesla positions it above the Model S and Model X in practicality, we could see a vehicle designed for buyers who want premium comfort without paying luxury car running costs. For American customers, that could mean a large electric vehicle that works for daily commuting, family trips, business travel, and even light commercial use. Let's talk about price. A realistic estimated starting price for the 2027 Tesla Model 9 could be around $75,000 in the United States, with higher performance or long-range versions potentially moving toward $90,000 or more. That would put it in premium territory, but the real story is what happens after you buy it. For Japan, an estimated converted and market-adjusted price could start around 11 million to 12 million yen, depending on taxes, shipping, specifications, and local incentives. For American export markets, especially buyers looking toward the Middle East and other regions, the final price could vary significantly because of import duties, registration costs, shipping, and local taxes. In other words, the American MSRP may not be the same price an overseas buyer actually pays. Now let's get to the biggest reason people choose Tesla: energy cost. Unlike a gasoline vehicle, the Model 9 would not need regular fuel. If it delivers an estimated real-world efficiency around 3.5 to 4 miles per kilowatt-hour, and you charge mostly at home, your daily driving costs could be dramatically lower than a large gasoline SUV. Imagine driving 1,200 miles every month. A gasoline SUV getting around 20 miles per gallon would need roughly 60 gallons of fuel. At $3.50 per gallon, that is about $210 every month. An efficient EV covering the same distance could potentially use around 300 to 340 kilowatt-hours. At an average home electricity price of roughly 16 cents per kilowatt-hour, that could mean around $50 to $55 in electricity. That is where the Model 9 could become interesting for high-mileage owners. Of course, real-world range will depend on weather, speed, traffic, tire size, air conditioning, and driving style. A reasonable target for a long-range Model 9 could be somewhere around 350 to 450 miles per charge under ideal testing conditions, while everyday highway range could be lower. Still, that would be more than enough for most daily American commutes and many road trips. And charging convenience matters. Home charging could make the biggest difference because you can start most mornings with a charged vehicle. For long-distance travel, Tesla's charging network could make road trips much easier than they were a few years ago. Now what about maintenance? This is another area where an EV can save money. There is no traditional engine oil, no spark plugs, no conventional transmission fluid service, and fewer mechanical components compared with a gasoline vehicle. You still have tires, brakes, suspension components, cabin filters, cooling systems, and other items to maintain. Brake wear could also be lower because regenerative braking can slow the vehicle without using the physical brakes as often. However, don't assume an expensive EV is automatically cheap to repair. Tesla parts, body panels, sensors, cameras, wheels, and high-voltage components can be costly. Insurance could also be expensive because the Model 9 would likely be a high-value vehicle packed with advanced technology. For American buyers, insurance might realistically be several $100s per month depending on location, driver history, coverage, and vehicle configuration. Repair availability should also improve as Tesla expands its service network, but independent repair options may still vary from state to state. Long-term ownership is where the Model 9 will really have to prove itself. Battery durability will be one of the biggest questions. If Tesla can deliver strong battery longevity and software support, owners could potentially keep the vehicle for many years without the traditional engine-related repairs found in gasoline SUVs. Resale value is less certain. Tesla vehicles can experience significant depreciation when new technology or price reductions arrive. A Model 9 could hold value well if it becomes highly desirable, but buyers should not assume it will retain luxury car value like a traditional premium model. This is one area where leasing could potentially make more sense for some customers. Now let's talk about performance. In the city, the Model 9 should feel surprisingly easy to drive despite its larger size. Electric motors deliver instant power, so pulling away from traffic lights should feel smooth and quick. One-pedal driving could make stop-and-go traffic less tiring, while cameras and driver assistance technology could make parking and maneuvering easier. On the highway, the biggest advantage should be quietness and stability. A heavy electric vehicle with a low center of gravity can feel planted at speed. For American interstate driving, that combination of comfort, instant acceleration, and low cabin noise could make long trips much more relaxing. For business users, the Model 9 could also offer useful cargo flexibility. It may not be a traditional pickup truck, but a large rear cargo area, possible folding seats, and additional storage could make it practical for small businesses, deliveries, equipment transportation, and daily work. Compared with an American competitor like the Cadillac Escalade, the Model 9 could offer a completely different ownership equation. The Escalade has strong road presence, established service options, and gasoline power, but fuel and maintenance costs can be much higher. The Model 9 could sacrifice some traditional luxury SUV character in exchange for lower energy costs and potentially lower routine maintenance. That makes the Model 9 especially interesting for buyers who drive a lot. For American roads, it could be comfortable on highways, efficient in city traffic, and practical enough for everyday business use. Even in tighter streets and crowded urban areas, advanced cameras and parking technology could help compensate for its larger dimensions. But should you buy one? If the final 2027 Tesla Model 9 actually delivers long-range, strong battery durability, useful cargo space, competitive charging performance, and reasonable service costs, it could become a serious value proposition despite its high purchase price. The key is not simply how much you pay at the dealership. The real question is how much you spend over 5, 8, or 10 years. And that is exactly why this Tesla could be more important than it first appears. If you enjoyed this preview, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to Next Car Lunch, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming car reviews, EV updates, new model launches, and buying guides. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.